Hello. Wanted to give you a quick demo of something I've been working on this morning. I had the idea yesterday, and all the parts that I needed to make it work kind of came together in my head this morning. So I've been doing a lot of work with MIDI theremins, and that's kind of a difficult concept because MIDI wants every note to be a pitch, perhaps with a bend, but not something that varies wildly over time. So a theremin, the note kind of rises and falls with whatever you're moving. So lately what I've been doing is using MIDI control codes and VCV rack to vary the pitch over a range of, I guess with MIDI control code, it's about 127 steps. And the effect is much more natural when you do individual notes with something like the MIDI Theremin, the red box I have right there. You get kind of a glissando effect, but with a control code based approach you end up with more continuous sounding tone, and it sounds a lot more like a theremin, that kind of radio tuning sound. So what I realized is that I could do that with a control code, and I tried it with the dupe for R2M, which is kind of right there. You can't really see it well. And I had one data point, which was the pitch, which would send from 0 to 127. And then I needed something else to control the volume. And I tried that with a pitch bend or a mod wheel or a control. And that was fine, but it wasn't very natural. So what I thought is, what do I have that can do two data points in one? And I realized yesterday that I could do an analog control on a gamepad, and whenever you press in a direction, you're in essence sending two data points, and those are X and Y, but really if you think about it, the two data points are also how far from the center you're pressing it and in what direction you're pressing it. So I realized that I could use the angle as the pitch, so that you'd have kind of a dial that goes all the way around, and then the amount that you deflect from center would be the volume, which is a very natural way to play. So I'll give you a quick demo of what I've done. So this is just hooked up to VCV rack, and you can hear that when I deflect, it gets louder and softer, and then when I hold the tone, clockwise increases, counterclockwise decreases the pitch, and you can go. That's about as low as I've let that one be tuned. And because there's two analog sticks, I suddenly have a theremin chorus. So I intentionally, I'll set these just far enough that I could hit the same range with both of them, but do a little lower range on the right one. And one thing that you see a lot with theremins is kind of high ethereal sounds, but you can also do very bassy sounds depending on what you've got it hooked up to. Still working on the cutoff there. You could hear that I had to twiddle the stick, but at least it's not continuously droning. So when you hit these analog sticks, well, you can hear my hand, but sometimes they'll get slightly stuck, and I've added kind of a cutoff to prevent that from being annoying, but that's one of the side effects of working with analog equipment. And it's been pretty fun. I finished it about an hour ago, and I'll hook it up and play with the little guy a little later, but for a morning's work, I'm pretty pleased with it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it.